Hello, I'm Sadler. I'm the Group IT Manager for Azzurri Communications, and in my role I manage 10 infrastructure and support analysts to implement and maintain the infrastructure to support the needs of the business. This includes telephony, fixed telephony and mobile devices. Well, the main problem we had, as Azzurri had come together through 16 different acquisitions, they each had their own way of doing things, and they had different telephony providers. So some had allegiances to Mitel, some to Avaya, some to Cisco. And it's made it incredibly difficult for us to actually support those systems, and really for employees to be able to go from one office to another and be able to log on, use their extensions, and really feel that it was one Azzurri, and that was the message that we were trying to drive home. It also made it very difficult to actually maintain that state, and even more difficult to roll out applications for unified communications that we should be selling to our customers. Well, the great thing from my perspective was that we have internal knowledge. This is obviously something that we do for our customers. So we had internal architects that we could actually use to come up with solutions for the issues that we were facing. So we went through a process of really, do we want to try and keep the existing systems and try to find a way of linking them together in some way, and using something that overlays that, such as Microsoft Office Communicator on the desktop, or did we want to try and actually put in a single telephony platform? And so we decided in the end that it was more cost effective to actually move to one single telephony platform. This would allow us then to have one virtual contact centre instead of the 4 different contact centres that we had in place at that time at Azzurri. And it meant it was going to be a lot easier to maintain support going forwards and to roll out applications that were integrated to one telephony provider as opposed to lots of different ones. Well, we standardised on the Avaya House system, primarily because we already had that in 2 of our main offices, but also because it was more designed for contact centres. Obviously that's an important part of our business, and we were then able to actually migrate from 4 separate contact centres into one virtual contact centre, integrated with the core media software which we develop internally, which works very well. Added on to that, we were able to then deploy Microsoft OCS, which was integrated with the Avaya House system to give us presence information, instant messaging, also a single unified messaging solution, call recording, and a teleconferencing facility as well. Well, we decided to break it down into 3 phases. The most important aspect was really to get the contact centre operating as one. So we migrated the contact centres, 4 separate contact centres, onto the Avaya platform in phase 1. Phase 2 was then concerned with actually migrating the other systems onto the Avaya platform and reconfiguring those already on the Avaya platform with the new extension numbering system, so that you had a unique identifier for each office and to facilitate inter-office dialing. Phase 3 were then concerned on building upon that single telephony infrastructure and actually implementing the UC part of it, so your Microsoft OCS, your unified messaging, your teleconferencing, and your portal and presence information. Well, I think the first one, as soon as everyone was on the same platform, people were able, because it's quite a mobile workforce we have, people were able to roam from office to office and be able to just log onto any phone that was available on a desk and be able to pick up their voicemails and really operate as if they were in their own office. So that was it doesn't sound much, I think, but it's made a huge difference to a number of people within the organisation. You've then got built on top of that Microsoft OCS client. It's actually got a lot of functionality within it. You can actually dial from screen, so it saves actually time taken trying to actually look up someone's details in an address book. You can also do desktop sharing on it, which is invaluable from an IT support perspective, but it's also very useful for people within the business, and they've already picked up on it, who want to actually collaborate on documents or presentations, etc. Built on that as well, you've got presence information, so you can also see things such as if someone's in a call at the time, so you can just send them an instant message, and you can get you can get a near enough instant reply if they're actually available, which is something you don't always get from email. You've also got OCS on the BlackBerry as well, so people when they're out and about now can also keep in touch with staff back in the office by using this OCS client. We've got teleconferencing facilities, so we're now saving money on actual conferencing calls as a result of that. And unified messaging as well, so we've really got one mailbox that people can actually pick up their voicemails from. So it means instead of having to have their mobiles to pick up the mobile voicemails and ringing into the system to pick up their others, it just goes to one place and gets pushed out to them. They can actually replay it back through their Outlook if they want to, or they can even play it back on their BlackBerry. And that means then that they're able to get back to their customers or whoever they need to get back to in a lot shorter time frame than they ever were able to. So it just means that really the whole customer experience has improved for everybody. I think we've seen cost savings in several different areas, as well as I said already, fewer staff that are required in the contact centre. You've also got people that are using their mobile phones less now because there's no need to use them as much as they used to have to. Because we're now having one single address book where people can go from office to office and log onto a phone and speak to people that way, or use the OCS client to do that. You've not got such big high mobile bills. We've also got the teleconferencing facility so that we can now save calls on expensive services that Azzurri used to employ beforehand. So now those calls are basically free, especially if we're dialing the internal dialing codes. And the other thing is we also have the facility for people to work from home and use either IP handsets from home now or the 1X communicator soft phone. So they're saving on mobile costs from home, but also travelling into work unnecessarily. Well, obviously now that we've spent all this time and this hard work and actually bring the level of technology that's implemented in the organisation up to a level where salespeople can go out and they can actually demonstrate the technology that we use and how it's helped them. We need to actually maintain that momentum and make sure that we keep the technology within Azzurri up to the standard that we would expect to implement for our customers. So this involves keeping up to date with the latest technology that Avaya are pushing out, or all the other telephony providers, but obviously in our case it'll be Avaya with the Avaya Flare. This is a video conferencing system which we're going to integrate with our existing life-size video conferencing system and the phone system, just to really give the ability to people to integrate more and collaborate more. Also, Link Server, that's moving into the enterprise voice space, and it's something that Azzurri will be actually pushing out to customers as well. So we're going to be integrating, we're going to be upgrading to that from OCS client to Link Server sometime in the near future. Since moving to one single telephony infrastructure and rolling out our unified communication solution, it's really transformed the way that the business operates. For instance, we have one single number now that people can use for both their mobile and their actual DDI. So they have one mailbox where they can actually access their voicemails. So they get their voicemails a lot quicker than they were able to previously, so they can get back to the customer a lot quicker. We also have our OCS on the desktop. That gives us presence information, which is really invaluable for when we have employees distributed across 8 locations, and we have people from different teams trying to actually collaborate on a particular project. From that, they can see if someone's available, they can ask them a question, they can get the response that they need when they need it. You can do desktop sharing as well through OCS, so you can actually collaborate on a project or a presentation. People have come to me and they've said, we really love the technology that you've pushed out, it's really made a big difference to the way that we actually operate. As well as that, we've actually made considerable cost savings. Mobile phone bills have gone down. People don't have to use their mobile phones now when they go to a different office because they can log into a handset. People can work from home, so they're not as well using mobile phones from when they're at home. They're using an IP handset or they're using the Avaya soft phone, it's the 1X communicator. We have the internal conference bridge, which is saved on conference calls as well, and enabled really better collaboration in that respect as well, and saved on travelling costs. So all in all, it's really been a really great experience, and something which I would advocate to anybody out there that's thinking of unified communications. And finally, I'd say it's something that our salespeople will always extol the virtues of unified communications to our customers, we're now not just talking about it, it's something we actually live and breathe within the organisation.